Hey guys, Ray from Lovey RV and Boat. So I'm back with a review update on this ICECO portable fridge freezer. Runs on 120 volt or 12 volt DC. This company sent it out to me back in early fall of last year, and I did a review of it, a couple of videos in the fall when we were using it in the RV. Now I'm back in the boat, and as promised, I said I'd come back with an update when we used it in our boat. So this is the way I've been using it for 2 months now. This is our engine bay. Now I decided to put it down in the engine bay just because there was no room in our living quarters. I could put it up outside on the fly bridge, but it does have a bit of fan noise, and we often like to sit up there on a quiet evening, kind of enjoy the ambiance of the place, and it's kind of annoying to have the fan going. So I found this was a convenient place to store it. It's just next to our diesel engine here, so there's no problem storing it down there as far as diesel goes. If you had a gas engine, there's a concern with fumes and sparks causing ignition, but a diesel engine, it's not a worry that way. I have it on this side of the engine where I don't really have to get to. The other side of the engine has all my fuel filters and oil filters and stuff like that. I have pretty good access around the engine, and I can get in there if I need to, and I can move it if I have to. It's also easy for me to get at, to put stuff in and out. My main use for it in this application is strictly a deep freeze. We have a 12 volt, 120 volt fridge with a little freezer in it, but it's very small, the freezer in that thing, so it's nice to have a big deep freeze. We go out on extended cruising a lot for weeks at a time, so it really helps to extend. I can pack that with meat, frozen vegetables, and if I make, a lasagna or spaghetti or chili, I can freeze it and put it in there. Or turkey, I'll get a big turkey and store it in there, so it's really handy. This particular model is their 50 quart model, so it's nice and roomy that way. I'm just about to pull it out. We're kind of near the end of this leg of a trip, and I'm going to pull it out and kind of defrost it. Overall, it's worked awesome. Even in the engine compartment, you're like, well, that engine's going to get pretty hot. Well, usually we'll go for a day of cruising between anchorages, and we might be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours. And then after that, the engine will cool. And then the days we're sitting at anchor, this actually is one of the cooler places for it to be, because it's down underneath the floor and very close to the water line of the hull. And the ocean we're in, it's only around 50 to 65 Fahrenheit, the water temperature, so it runs a little hard during the engine run and for the night after, but then it runs less hard on it. But I haven't had it have any problems with that being by the engine. I've measured with my temperature gun, and the hottest it gets on its cover is about 100 degrees, and then this particular model is really cool. It came with a cover, has a foil inside, so it kind of insulates the whole fridge freezer as well. I have it set for about 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and afterwards it never really gets above 3 degrees, so I don't get much fluctuation because of running the engine. I have it hooked to the 12 volt system on the boat. Just give you a look at that. Go down in there. There we go. So right up there you can see where I kind of spliced in with some lever nuts, and then I just added a 12 volt socket there and plugged in the cord that came with the fridge freezer, and then just taped it up so it doesn't fall out. I found it only uses about 50 watts when it's running. And of course, it's not running all the time. If it's cold and really packed with food and it's really frozen, it really doesn't cycle that often. As it gets more empty, it cycles more, and of course it cycles more after we've run the engine. You can hear it right now. The fan's running. It's very quiet. The compressor and fans don't make very much noise, which was quite a nice feature. When I have the flooring down, I can't even hear it running down here at all. And you can see I've added a strap there just to keep it in place in case of rough seas, so that it doesn't slide around in here at all. It stays in place. It's butted up against this wall that's in between the fuel tank and the engine, so works pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to pull it out of there and we'll give you a look inside and show you how much frost is built up in 2 months. You can see it's pretty tight squeeze getting it through there. Just have to get it past that piping that goes to my water heater. Then I can get it back over to this larger hole and come straight out. There we go. So yeah, it's nice. This cover has a bit of padding in it so it protects everything. Then when I want to get at it, I just unzip it. And this top's really cool because it can come straight off. You can lift it up like that, or you can unhook both sides and take the lid right off. There, just like that. So that makes it easy when it's down in that cramped area. I can just pull this lid off and then I can get at everything very easily. Yeah, so usually this thing's packed. We're getting down to the bare bones here. We're just about to go for a resupply trip. So you can see here's some shrimp, frozen shrimp, and they're just rock hard. And blueberries, they're really hard, and frozen vegetables. They're not too bad. You can see there's not really that much frost buildup at all in here. I don't have to open it very often being a deep freeze. It's just really putting new food in and taking the old food out. I think the only issue I can say with these is it's fairly soft. This material, you can see I've already put some dents in it just with placing food in there. So the construction of this is a little weak. Other than that, the lid has been working fine. I haven't had any problems with it. And overall, pretty good. This one doesn't have an app at all, so an app would have been nice. So let me plug it in. I'll show you the display again. There we go. So you just have the display here. Previously, the last freezer I had actually had an app, and I could monitor it without opening the floor. But I do look at this engine enough. I'm always checking oil and monitoring things down here. And I just have to open one of those, lift it up, and I can quickly see what's going on with this. Also, I have over on my monitoring panel for my electrical, I have a DC amperage readout, and I can tell just by the readout that this thing is drawing its power. See, right now it's showing 12.5 volts there. It's on max mode for cooling, and this thing comes on and tells me, hey, the lid is off, and does a little beep. So if I don't quite get the lid on, I will hear that little beep, so that I know the lid is on secure. Power button, setup button. It also has a UV sterilizer. So right now what I'm going to do is I'll clean this out, wash it out, get it ready for the next load, and then I'll be able to hit the UV sterilizer. It runs about a 1/2 hour cycle, and it just the UV light will get rid of any bacteria that might end up in there. Closer listen to that fan and compressor. Has a couple openings like this for the case on that side and this side for the fan. In a previous video I actually disassembled this and showed you the innards. It has a very good ICECO compressor, I think. They used to be Dan Foss, so it's one of the better quality compressors. One problem I've had too is you see the wheels here? They're quite small. Doesn't matter in this application, but when I was using it for RVing and having to move it around, especially when it was loaded up, there was quite a bit of jamming in gravel and stuff, just because the wheels are so small. I wish they would have maybe a larger wheel, but I can understand they got to try to keep it compact size. At least they're made of a pretty good soft rubber. You see, it's telling me to put the lid back down again. There we go, all defrosted and cleaned up. One other nitpicky thing is they do have kind of like seams along here that stuff can get trapped in. It's a little hard to totally get all that grime out. You got to kind of get something and pick out the corners. It'd be nice if they were more like one piece and rounded. They also have a drain here if you wanted to wash it out and drain it out. So I've turned on the LED disinfecting cycle. You can see, just hold those two down, press them down, and this little red light comes on here. You can kind of see at that end. There's some LEDs that turn on right down there. Okay, let it do its cycle and slid it back down there in the engine compartment. Put that back on. Zip that back up and we should be good to go. You can see nice little access hole there. You can get down there. It's usually just lie down, reach down in there, unzip everything, take out what I need. And when we get groceries, I can put it all in. And then when we're done, that goes on there. And we can't even hear the thing. Till next time, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. If anything goes wrong with this, I'll be sure to let you know. Cheers, guys.